Tio Sam. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing this evening? Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Victor, the acting teacher, the Gimmeabreakman, the Gimmeaflakeman, the victor in the world, the king of morons, the godfather of the J-Vlog community. Yes, 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 it is me. Nice to see you all. Let's see. How's everyone doing? Good? I don't, I'm actually not on the page, so I don't actually know if anyone is watching this. So let me check right now. Just a minute. I'll just move over there. Where is the, where is he? Let me see. Uploads. Where would it be? Events? Maybe events? Oh, there we go. Okay. And one person is watch. 5 people are watching. Wow, this is like. Let's see. 5 people are watching. How's everyone doing? Good. 5 people? I don't. Don't insult me. I don't believe it. Really? I must well just go home. 5 people. Really? What's the point? It's like an English class. No participation. Okay. Let's see. No. Hello? How come there's no, Oh, I forgot to set this up the old-fashioned way, so the comments are on the side. Yeah, alright. No comments yet? Okay, please drop a comment. Oh, there's Hiko. Hiko's here. Hiko, I saw you for a second, now you're gone. There you are. I can't hear you, though. Simon.
Is it on?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me?
You can hear me.
Okay. I cannot hear you, though. Why is that? Let me try something here. Let me check my computer to see if it's my fault. Output internal speakers, yeah.
Gotcha.
Should be fine.
So,
Input Samsung, that's right.
this is live. I see this is live. That's alarming. Okay.
Well,
so, have you tweeted?
Yeah, my speaker should be working.
But
this morning, I actually used this morning.
Okay, no, it's all good. It's all sounding good. I can hear you.
FaceTime, Samsung Go. Oh, hold on. This will. Oh, I see what's wrong. I see what's happening. God damn it. Default speakers. Okay, speak now.
You can't hear. Okay.
No, it doesn't change. Why doesn't it change? What?
Some people can't change.
Change, damn it.
We try, but we can never truly change.
Damn it. Bill.
So what's up, man?
You know, this is annoying and crazy. I'm clicking on the output.
I can hear.
I cannot get it to change.
This is why you shouldn't click it live.
Default speakers. It's not changing. Maybe if I do this one.
Try something else.
Okay. There we go.
Did you hear me now?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I had to click on it and then use the keyboard to trick the computer into going up.
Okay, I need to find where this video is live so that I can tweet out the link to it.
Okay, I'll tweet it out and I'll share it with you.
Cool.
Unbelievable. That's never happened before.
So this is already live right now, right?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, well that's this is why we should probably wait a minute.
We are live. No, I'll just cut off the beginning. Only 3 people are here.
Well, that's because not even I know where this video is. It's like the secret video.
There we go. I just tweeted. We are live.
A private session. So today we have nothing prepared, and what that means is that the reason that is awesome is that rather than talk about our own stupid things and ignore you guys like happens too often, today you guys are going to tell us what to talk about because we're out of ammunition. We're shooting blanks. That is our problem today.
That's a great way to put it.
I'm done. It's like Die Hard at the airport. You know, when they had the magazines with the tape around them.
Okay, I've tweeted out twice now.
I've got it. I'm gonna so what do we call this? I'm gonna call this open.
Well, I can't rename it now, so I mean.
Well, I can rename it. Okay, we are live, and today, no topic except your topics are open. Open forum.
Okay, well, I do have one piece of information that might be useful. Busan Kevin is reloading his channel.
Already? It's good to see that he's back so soon.
Yes. So I'm checking his channel now. I can see I can see 20, 40, 60.
A bazillion. It's got a lot of videos. It's a lot of switches to flip.
Yeah, it is. So he's got a lot of his videos back, so good for him.
That is awesome. Comments below the video. Oh, well.
No, I forgot. Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. I don't like to look at my own face on the video anyway. So we've got Michael Pickett in the comments. That's a good start. But so let's be clear here. Yeah. Also.
Clear about what?
There we go. So
my speakers are off.
Oh, your speakers are off?
Well, yeah. I mean, except for you. I mean, I don't have the video running. So.
Yeah. I am just dragging this over. So yes, basically, just to reiterate, tonight, because we got nothing. This is going to be your topics. So we've got the first topic. First topic is from Sean, asking us to talk about Tio Sam and how he should make more goddamn videos.
I've got nothing to say, Tio Sam, because I've said that a million times before.
Yeah.
I no one on YouTube has supported Tio Sam more than me. Not even you, Tio Sam.
No, I don't support. Yeah.
You're number 2. But yeah, so that's all we can do. I mean, you can lead a whore to the water. How's it go? You can lead a whore to water.
I believe it's horse, but I think in this particular case, it's probably appropriate with the modified version.
You can lead a camera whore to water, but you can't make them make a video. So
I'm sure you can lead a whore almost anywhere, but
you got the money, you can lead a whore. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what can I do? You know, there's a few people actually I think who squander their opportunities here on YouTube.
Well, I don't know. I've been kind of hassling Tio Sam on Facebook lately because a lot of people have given him the happy compilation videos, and
that's good that he's moving on such a modern topic so quickly. You know, I'm glad that I jumped on that because
internet sarcasm's not permitted here. But no. But I hope he does it.
My clip weeks ago, so.
I hope he does it. I hope he doesn't procrastinate on it. I hope he gets it done and makes it awesome. So I am hopeful on that. But he's a bit quiet. So Sam, I mean, if you do nothing else, make that video because I gave 5 minutes of my life, man. And I know it's probably going to take you 20 hours to edit it, but it's for my 5 minutes, so I think it's worth it. Hopefully that happens.
5 minutes is worth more than 20 hours of no sound.
Other comments that we've got Razel Gul is here saying, hope we're doing well. Kantensai, he's joined, he's a regular on my channel, so good to see you, sir. Yeah, people complaining about the comments, and Deja Vu JPBRS are saying, you're Kevin from Japan, Gifu City, which must be really hot at the moment. A bit of a crazy heat wave the last week, haven't we? Like, for this time of year, it's like, I don't know, every year's getting hotter. All the polar bears, they've got no place to go anymore.
You know what I haven't seen in Japan a lot recently?
Polar bears?
Any animal stories. You know, we used to have that story about the seal that was in the
animal stories. That's a good point.
You see a lot of, the panda story. Remember the panda was born, and
yeah,
a lot of panda stories, a lot of seal stories.
Crazy story last year. I think it was last year, maybe it was 2 years ago now, about the penguin which escaped from Kasairinkai Korin Zoo.
Catch that penguin?
That crazy penguin, yeah, they caught it. They found it. And
Was he doing coke? Was it a crack penguin?
Was it a crack penguin?
Yes, doing all the pipe on the pipe there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I didn't pick up on that particular detail of the story, but yeah, no, he's a pretty mellow penguin. I don't know if that was the reason.
The crack.
Yeah, well, that could be it. That could be it. I mean, I don't know if it was one of the South American penguins or one of the New Zealand penguins.
Hey, I take that as an offense. You're being...
The New Zealand penguins are fine.
There are no penguins in South America.
What are you talking about? Of course there are penguins in South America.
And that's the Arctic. Is that considered South America? Just a little
Dude, come on. Penguins are only found in the Antarctic and Patagonia. They're found in Chile. They're found in Argentina.
Actually, Peru used to have tons of penguins, but after the El Nino changed, they all left. They're like, fuck this.
Hey, I thought you were the Peruvian El Nino. That's what your parents call you.
All right, here's some...
we got a question.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Brace yourself. So from Razel Gul, question for us both. Since we've been living in Japan for quite some time and we are naturally experts on everything.
Yes, of course, we know everything. Our subjective experiences are equal to law.
What is your highlight memory of all your time in Japan, or a very fond memory that you'll never forget?
Mostly women that I'm not married to anymore. Women I never married. No.
Describe a specific moment, a specific memory, even if it's including a woman.
I can't remember any of those women. I have this vague memory that they exist, though. Let's see. Highlight. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, you know what happens is the problem with that is that once in the beginning, everything's a highlight.
That's true.
Everything's amazing in the beginning.
Everything is awesome.
Yes. But here for a while, of course, you have fewer and fewer highlights.
I used to have highlights, but then my hair fell out, and it all just became the same color.
I guess I'd have to say standing in a oh my god, taki waterfall.
Waterfall.
Standing in a waterfall in the winter in the snow.
Naked.
Except for my fundoshi.
Yeah.
Except for little tiny Japanese underwear. Yelling this chant that I did not fully understand, and even now I probably wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
I think that was a highlight, one of the highlights of my trips. Motorcycling to Hokkaido.
Oh yeah.
Over 10 days or 2 weeks or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That's another highlight for me, I guess. What about you?
I was thinking about it. I think there's two moments. You're really right. I think when I came to live, and on my work visa, when I came in 1999, like when I came on the real trip, that first maybe 48 hours that I was in Tokyo, I was just like adrenaline high the entire time. No, I was pretty much just dancing the entire time. I remember that. I actually got a similar. Sorry.
I remember that. Like, I'm in Japan. You're just thinking every day. I'm in Japan.
Every day.
I'm in Japan.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm here. It's awesome. I had that. That lasts for a few days. I've only felt that twice in my life. I felt that once when I came to Japan. I felt it about 6 months later when I did training, and we had to go to Philadelphia. And it wasn't for Philadelphia, but we caught the train, the Amtrak to New York.
That's where Hannah Minx lives. Oh, you saw Hannah Minx?
I saw she got married, right?
Yeah, but.
Oh, is that not anyway?
I mentioned that in a video.
Oh, okay, then it's okay.
Obviously, you didn't see.
but no, it wasn't Hannah Minx, although that was another moment, or Philadelphia. But it was going by train to New York and seeing New York come up on the skyline by the train. Yeah. And I got the same excitement. I was only in New York for like 36 hours or so, just over a day, and I didn't sleep the whole time, and I did as much as possible. New York was kind of exciting as well, but definitely there was that first buzz. But if I had to go back to like my best memory of my 20 years, and this is something I've been always planning to write about, it's because I'm writing about it. It was a day out surfing. I went on a surf trip with a bunch of friends, and we went, all over the coast, basically Fukushima Prefecture, a few years ago, about 10 years ago now. And the best surfing day out of my life was actually, in northern Fukushima Prefecture. And just beautiful, beautiful, perfect waves, no people.
Fukushima.
Sorry?
Northern Fukushima.
Northern Fukushima. Some of the best waves, best weather, best surf trip I've ever been on was in. You can't surf there now.
Right.
But that was the best I believe and I've been to some great beaches. I've been, Australia. I've been to like world famous surf spots, and the best place I've ever been to was within 10 kilometers of Fukushima Daiichi.
Better than Better than Hawaii? Have you been to Hawaii?
I have, but only to the Big Island, not to. I've been to. I'd say the best surf spot in the world that I've been to, or that I like to go to regularly, is a place called Snapper in Australia, which is
Napa?
it's called Snapper. There's a few names for it. There's a Greenmount, but it's a point in the southeastern Queensland, but it's like the waves cut across the coast on an angle, so it means that you can like walk out to a point and jump out into the water, paddle for like 20 yards, and surf for like 1.5 minutes. And then you get out of the water and you just walk back again. And there's like dolphins there. And,
A minute and a half?
yeah. I mean, well, I've never gotten a wave that joined up that long, but you can go onto the top of like there's a hill on this point. You can get up and you can watch the longboarders can do it. They can join up and kind of zigzag and connect the waves.
Right.
It's just an amazing point. It's just one of the best, and easiest places to surf in the world. And that's an awesome place, but the thing is that place is always crowded. It's always, you're in the queue there, and it's kind of, whereas, there's nothing better when you're out surfing than to be out with friends and to have like a whole bay of perfect waves just to yourselves, and having the lady folk, and I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, but the other guys had their girlfriends. They were cooking a barbecue for us on the beach and getting beers ready, and the six of us have this entire bay to ourselves, and we're surfing. And we get out, we have some hot dogs, have some beers, sit in the sun, go back and surf again. Just did that for a whole day. I did it for 4 days. But this particular one spot, this one day, man, it was like the best day out ever. I'll add one more day to that. The other day is the first day I went out surfing in Japan.
Okay.
But that was the first day I went out surfing. It was there was so much snow. There was snow settled on the beach, and I thought the whole thing was a prank.
Snow on the beach.
It was actually snow settled on the beach, which is really unusual because snow doesn't settle usually, on the sand. But it was freezing cold. I'd never surfed any time outside of summer in my life, and I went surfing, and that day I was so unfit. My legs cramped, both my legs cramped when I was out in the ocean, and I had to get towed back onto shore by my friends. It was freezing, but it was just like that was my first time surfing in Japan, and that was still just like a big life-changing day for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been living in Japan, and I've traveled off to Thailand and other countries around Japan, and I think those have been also beautiful memories. But I wouldn't mention them because they're not in Japan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's a fun memory from. That's right. It's a fun memory.
Sure, I don't really see. I mean, I know Japan does have quite a bit of beautiful nature, but I haven't. The beautiful natural experience I've had have only been in Hokkaido, I think.
Yeah.
Or along the road.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So everybody, just a reminder, today we are purely taking your comments and your topics, and I see there's lots of comments here, but give us some topics because that was a good one from Razo Gul just now. But we are at your disposal. This is unusual.
Someone noticed my Duff Beer T-shirt. I got it at Uniqlo.
Someone noticed my Japan rugby jersey.
Yeah. Check out the back of this, man. Check that out. Can you see that?
Oh, that's nice. Classy. That is
right? Yeah. Actually, my wife saw this, and I gave her a Duff beer that had beers on the chest like this, like a 6-pack of beers, but they're Duff beers. She's like, I want yours, but they didn't have any in her size. So.
Interesting. So there's a guy here, Eddie Havik, who's a guy I actually know, or I've met him a couple of times in real life. He's a real interesting guy. He lives down in Tateyama, I think, down in southern Chiba now, right? But yeah, he lives in Chiba, and he lives in Tateyama, which is like one of my favorite places. Great longboarding spot, beautiful water at the bottom of Chiba. And he's just confirming what I was saying. Fukushima actually was, probably still is. I mean, it's one of the best places in Japan to surf, and not many people know about it. And the beaches, as you say,
fewer people know about it in the future.
Well, that's the whole. Especially in Japan, you don't want people to know about it, right? If people find out about it, it's gone, it's destroyed. But no, that's right. It really is true. The best surf trip I ever did was Fukushima, and some of the best surfing of my whole life. But the part of the awesomeness is that there are no people. There's a question from Daniel B. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Right. I'm only guessing that any foreigner who travels to Japan that wants to work would usually look to teaching English. Are there any other work a traveler could do if they plan staying for a short time, i.e. 6 months? What kind of jobs could a traveler do?
Well, it depends on your nationality, but chances are nothing.
Well, wait a minute. Well, let's be clear here. If you're not American, you can do anything, but if you're American, you can do nothing. So if you're not American and you're of the appropriate age to apply for a working holiday visa, which like a third of the countries in the world are. Sorry?
Germany, Canada, England, Australia. There are quite a few. New Zealand.
Korea. I think there's actually, so Japan. I wonder what the countries are.
There are quite a few.
There are quite a few. The list is always growing as well. Japan uses it for diplomacy. They set up these working holiday exchanges.
Yeah.
I mean, well, there's two things. Legally speaking, obviously, working holiday visa is the easiest way. If you're from a country that's available for that, I think most European countries, and Canada, New Zealand, Australia, I think South Africa, I'm not sure, and some Asian countries as well. And that's awesome because you to do anything you like for up to a year and you can work freely on that. However, let's be practical as well. If he's here for 6 months, I'm assuming he's got some sort of a visa for that time period. You know, you can still do cash jobs. I mean, you know, of course, it's not legal, but people, you know, but people do.
How would you get those jobs?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's always about knowing people, right? I mean, I've always been here on a visa. I've never worked not on a visa that I was permitted. I mean, I've been here on a tourist visa a couple of times, and I've been job hunting while on a tourist visa, but I couldn't.
I got my first job on a tourist visa.
But I know, and it's all kind of about getting. But in terms of what you can do, I know New Zealanders because we have the opposite seasons, obviously, from Japan, and a lot of people in New Zealand and Australia study Japanese.
Hey, do you actually have Christmas in July?
Yeah, that's.
That's
No, we do it in December. We do it in the middle of summer, so Christmas is a summer holiday for us.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty common for us. We spend our summer vacation, which goes from about November to about February. You know, for people who are school age or university age, it's pretty common that they'll come to Japan and work on ski fields. It's why there are so many Australians in Hokkaido.
That's right. In Hokkaido, there's actually one town that's full of Australians, right?
Yeah. What is it? Niseko. Niseko is practically an Australian colony now, and it was pretty common in my day. There were some ski fields that just took foreign staff, like in Niigata and Nagano. And I know a lot of Kiwis. Again, I didn't do it, but I've got a lot of friends who went and did that. They spent the summer vacation working on ski fields in Niigata. So there's that kind of thing. There's a lot of guys I know who did bartending. And again, bartending, of course, don't do it without a proper visa, but there's a lot of people who do it that way.
I guess if you're going to look for a job, look for a foreigner and find out.
Yeah, or you know, or exactly. I mean, you know, it tends to work out most of those sort of jobs. The ski field jobs are very organized. I think they advertise and stuff like that. For the bartending type jobs, it's more a matter of just knowing someone or meeting someone or drinking at the bar and saying, hey, can I work for you? And they like you or something like that, and that happens a lot. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any particular. It's like traveling anywhere else, I think. Well, it's not like traveling anywhere else, is it? But I don't know. What else do you think?
To be honest, I really don't. I mean, unless you're
on a short term.
Unless you're slumming. Well, I guess you are if you're looking for that kind of work.
Yeah, well, I mean, you think about it, backpacking and traveling around. I mean, I guess in New Zealand you'd think about things like working on an orchard or doing something like that, picking fruit or doing something like that.
There is a oh man, I can't remember the system, but there is something in Japan that's called God, I can't remember, but I have to look it up.
Yeah, what's it about?
Okay, you can get a job on a farm or something, and you get free room and board if you agree to work a little bit on the farm. And I forgot the system. If anyone knows the system, please leave it in the comments.
That sounds like a really interesting system, actually. That sounds like a good way to travel.
Yeah, it's great, but I can't remember the name.
You should look that up. Well, everyone can look this up anyway. So there is some sort of system that you can work on farms and be permitted to work on farms while traveling, which sounds great. I mean, that would be a great way to travel around Japan and make some money.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right.
There are things beyond teaching English. The other one, of course, is the quasi-teaching English and childminding, which again I've done a little bit in my early days through the Working Holiday Center. There were jobs during the summer break. Again, I was in Japan for the summer break, which is the Christmas vacation. So a lot of the foreigners in Japan like to leave Japan during that period, and that's why during that period I got a lot of part-time jobs on pretty good rates, covering for the foreigners who were gone during that period, and they all paid cash. Some of them involve looking after kindergarten kids, supposedly teaching them English, but you can only do so much with kindergarten kids. So I don't know. There's lots of stuff, but
Kindergarten kids they always have their minds on different things, gambling,
yeah.
All right, what else you got here?
What else we got? I got. Hey, oh brothers, Kanagawa dude here. Living in Japan is great. Victor, give us some.
Woof! That was it. Woof. Japan with Regan mentioned it. WWOOF is the system. That's it. Oh yeah, and Peter Subarashi, yes. Woof is a system where you can, if you look it up, Woof, I'm sure it's like Woof.com or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can register with them, and you can go to various towns all over Japan. Basically, volunteer. Yeah, volunteer. And they have this all over the world, actually, so check it out.
Peter Subarashi is the man. He's got a great list of jobs here. Although some of these I'm not so sure about. They sound a bit dodgy. They're the fake priests for wedding ceremonies. There's dancers for robot cafes, butlers at butler cafes. They're all being advertised. Don't have to be an English teacher. I'm guessing that Peter Subarashi has been a fake priest, a robot dancer, and a butler. And I can imagine it. I don't know if you've met him, but he's like Karaoke Steve.
Oh really?
I call him Karaoke
Steve. That's Ken Tanaka.
That's right. Well, he's like a classy version of Karaoke Steve. You're right. I wasn't actually even thinking about that, but that's kind of, I don't know. He's got the hair and the suit and the kind of the winning. He's got that kind of host kind of party person attitude. And yeah, I think I could totally imagine Peter Subarashi doing all those jobs at the same time. So that's pretty cool. And there we go. WWOOF. People have got it.
Yes.
Mustache. Someone's noticed that the mustache has left the building. Care to explain that?
I was invited to a school, and they wanted to take my picture, and it was going to appear in their yearly publication or something.
Yeah.
I thought, well, what the hell? I don't want to appear like an evil character from an old, movie of some sort. So I just thought I'd just shave it off. I was going to shave it off anyway, so.
Yeah.
For the summer, Well, I'll go back.
It's a shame.
My wife.
By the way, facial hair. Let's talk about. Have you ever had issues with people calling you out on facial hair before?
Yes, my wife. This morning I came up behind her while she was getting ready, and I kissed her on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Kissed on the shoulder, and she said, "As long as the mustache is gone, that's fine," which is one of the most romantic things she said to me in a long time.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah, no, we take what we can get.
I know, really.
I remember it used to happen at the end of the year during the shogatsu, during the New Year break. You know how you can get I've always pretty much not shaved on weekends and just shaved during weekdays, so I get a bit scruffy on the weekends. Mm-hmm. And when you have the New Year's break,
legs or face?
Well, actually, I can't say the specific parts of the body because of the time slot of the show.
Right, of course.
But
listening.
Yeah.
You want children accidentally shaving off the wrong parts of their body parts.
Gets a bit scratchy after a few days. It was over the New Year's break, when you get, sometimes on a good one, you get 1.5 weeks or 2 weeks. And that's a pretty good time period to grow out a goatee. I can come back to work with a fully developed, beard after that. I did that a couple of times. Each year I'd kind of show up back to work, and January 5th, and I've got kind of the full. I got a red beard. It's funny, like blonde people will get red beards.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's only on your face, or does that go all the way down?
Well, again, we're talking curtain carpets and other drapes and cushions and various. We're a mess. I can't really call myself blonde anymore, can I? Mm-hmm. But well, I'm kind of blonde. That's what. Yeah. So, I remember one time I showed up back at work, and there was this kind of middle-aged contract lady, very opinionated lady, who was always sitting next to me, and she was usually good for a conversation, but she was frowning at me, and then she turned around and said, "Just because you're a foreigner, I don't think you should be allowed to grow a beard."
Really?
Yeah, it's like
Wow.
And actually, there was another time as well.
I do. Now that you mentioned it, there was a woman who there was one of my students who's also a teacher at a different school.
Yeah.
Came in, and she's a very dignified woman. She's a very good I guess high-level Japanese teacher actually. At a high school actually. I think she teaches Japanese to high school kids, but for some reason she's studying English. Anyway, she said kogitanai. Kogitanai.
Ko kitanai.
I've never heard it before. I said,
It's like hi kitanai.
small, dirty? And she said, she said, yeah, これがこうkitanai. Because
Scruffy.
you look, yeah, basically saying scruffy, right?
But I've never heard someone say that before. I remember the very first time I did it. Like my first year in Japan, I was working at a factory, and my supervisor took me aside after lunch. He's smiling at me, so, hey.
You should have suspected something right away.
Yeah, he was like, hey, beard. I'm like, yeah. He was like, are you doing that to intimidate people?
Really?
Yeah, I was like, yep, just lazy. I mean, I was trimming around. I was keeping it well kept.
Right.
But,
really?
No. And he said, well, that in Japan, that's what that does with people. So, it makes you look scary. And if you don't want to look scary, you should probably take it off. I've had a few people, I've been taking this out. Yeah, so, facial hair is a controversial thing. You know the reason for it? I mean, apart from the fact that Japanese have trouble growing them.
Mafia?
Kind of. Well, during the Edo period, like, beards were amongst all these controls that they had on society to stop.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
One of the rules during the Edo period was the rules about never being allowed to draw your sword in public or, threaten people or so on. Or one of them was facial hair. Facial hair was actually banned under the shogunate because
You're kidding.
people would grow hair to look tougher, to look more masculine, and they were like, no, nobody's allowed to butch themselves up.
Wow.
So that's why it was only gangsters that did it, and that's another problem with it. And that's why there's still these kind of lingering cultural connotations of having a beard. But, I figure once you lose your hair, you're allowed to, it's like Breaking Bad, right? You're allowed to do the short on hair and grow the beard.
By the way, I hate to get off on this topic, but did you hear what's his name, Bryan Cranston's interview?
No, well, what interview?
They asked him, so Breaking Bad is over, huh? How do you feel? And he said, who said it's over? And they're like, what? He goes, did you ever see the body? Did you see them take away the body in a body bag?
That's just him being him, but
he may not be dead. So
he's dead.
He said, never say never. That's what he said.
What I loved was, there's actually, so apparently there's.
Would you go see a movie about Breaking Bad, like a full-length 2-hour movie, in the theater?
I don't know. I'd have to be persuaded about it. I like it as it ended. And this is the thing. This is one thing among the many things I love about Breaking Bad. It's one of these TV shows that manages to not run for too long, and have a proper clean ending, and it's done, and the whole thing is a good memory.
Almost like Flight of the Condors.
Concords, yeah, which they should have finished after one season, to be fair.
Yeah. The last episode sucked, but besides that.
But yeah, that's what I love about the thing. But there were two things about that. As it was getting near the end, there were some people who were there were these conspiracy theories going around, which I was enjoying following, that it was actually a prequel for Malcolm in the Middle, and that the storyline would overlap into him becoming the...
There's also another story going around that it's a prequel to the zombie movie, the Walking Dead.
Okay, I don't know that one.
But apparently Weiss is going to kill everybody or turn everyone into zombies.
Well, that would work. That would work. Well, no, but so apparently when they released a DVD or a Blu-ray or something of the season, there's like there's a special scene where he actually, and it's a takeoff of the final episode of the Bob Newhart show.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, where he's in bed with his wife from, and that was all a dream. The whole thing was a dream, which is brilliant. I saw that on YouTube, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I saw that one. I don't know. I never watched that show, so I didn't.
I love Malcolm in the Middle. Malcolm in the Middle is underrated. It's really good.
I've never seen that show.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But now I got to go back. I feel like I should go back and buy the whole DVD.
I think Matt Binford deserves a T-shirt of some sort. By the way, we don't have the results yet for the contest from.
You know what? I was really unhappy with the input there. I think we should scrap that the contest and redo it.
The comment contest.
Yeah, they barely tried, man. That's a great book. That is a gold piece of. That's a wonderful prize.
It is a good prize. It is. I mean.
Great, and the T-shirts. Come on, nobody even tried.
Yeah.
I think we should. I'm sorry, but why? Why just give it to? I mean, that book and that guy is making a great product. It's just a beautiful book, and nobody even tried. We should make people do video responses or something.
Well, I think Matt Binford should get something because he's just commented that he quit his job just so that he could watch our show live in the UK.
Okay, just like what's the guy's name? Street English TV quit his job YouTube.
Oh, except rather than to make videos, he quit his job just to watch our video
That's
right
more
now.
impressive. That's actually more impressive.
It's more impressive, and I think it shows better
It's really
judgment.
hard to make money watching videos. I know there are places that will pay you for watching, but you know, I think you have to watch like 1,000 videos to make a couple of dollars. So that's tougher.
Yeah.
We got some more questions going here.
Yeah. Okay, you ask me one.
Hold on, right. Okay, I just clicked and lost them. And just a minute. Sorry, I lost it. Okay, driving. Oh, do you drive in Tokyo?
I've been known to drive. I occasionally rent a car and have driven.
Okay. So someone said from Osaka, he said, I just started driving school yesterday in Osaka. I'm kind of scared because, well, it's Osaka and everyone's more or less crazy. How do you feel about driving in Tokyo, Nagoya, Japan? I'm fine. It's not that bad at all. I mean, of course, there's some really weird drivers, but in general, it's pretty safe. It's nothing special.
Yeah, I agree. The two things are, one, in Tokyo, there's no parking anywhere, and that's why you go by bicycle or by subway and walk most of the time. And the trains are so convenient, and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for parking, and you don't have to look for a car park. So there's that. The other thing about Tokyo is that the highway system. I mean, you can tell sometimes the way they design the highways, it's like they just had 5,000 tons of extra concrete that they felt like they had to meaninglessly use. And there's some. I mean, Tokyo has a ring, as a highway called the C1 that goes around. It's like a loop highway that goes. It kind of goes on the outside of the Yamanote line around Tokyo, and it's got all these on ramps and off ramps and these lane changes and stuff. And some of them are just completely. There's one really famous one near Shinagawa, which is near where Haneda Airport is, and it's like they have two major like 4-lane highways merge. And for most people, where most people want to go, the people on the far left-hand side want to merge to the far right, but they've got to cross like 8 lanes, and there are like 2 major highways intersecting, and it's just completely pointless. The other thing is that, like if you want to go on the Aqua Line, if you want to go on the highway which goes under Tokyo Bay, it's like you'll be on a 4-lane highway and you have to be in the 3rd lane, and you're given like 50 meters warning on the sign. And I mean, you kind of need a nuclear physics degree, and you need to play lots of kind of the gopher hitting games and stuff like that. You've got to have really good reflexes to be able to drive on the highways here to notice anything. And of course the traffic jams when you go out of Tokyo for the day to like Chiba or anywhere like that, and if you come back like at 5 p.m. during the returning to Tokyo rush, or especially after a vacation, to drive in like a traffic jam
Traffic is miserable sometimes.
Yeah, for more than 5 hours. I mean, I used to rent like the K cars, the small cars, and they don't have they're automatic. I drove a manual. I don't remember exactly why, but they don't have a footrest for your left foot. So it meant that, I think that's right, it was because I drove a manual that my foot was just, I had to keep elevated above the clutch because the car couldn't move, but I had to keep it in that like elevated position, like using my muscle just slightly to keep my foot up.
Yeah, you get tired, don't you?
For 5 hours, and I actually when I got out of the car, I like damaged my legs. It was like one of the most miserable.
Yeah, it's weird that it's such a slight, like it's almost nothing of effort, but yeah, it does hurt after a while.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta mention this, but about driving.
Yes.
In Japan, have you heard about solar freaking roadways?
Solar freaking roadways? I have not. What are solar freaking roadways?
I wish I could put it in the. I don't know why we can't drop URLs in our olden videos, but let me see if I can do it. Solar freaking roadways, and it works. I did it. Solar freaking roads. I just dropped a link, and yeah, it's this couple who have. This couple has started. Taisha Jason complained he couldn't see you. Okay, I just clicked to him. There you go. So some guy has developed these solar panels that you can use to build a road on, and they're very strong, and you can drive trucks on them and everything. And it provides they're solar panels, right? So they provide renewable energy.
Yeah.
And he's got a plan. He's created some prototypes, etc. And he's on Kickstarter, one of those places. I forget which one. Indiegogo, or whatever.
For building roads.
Yeah, and he's gotten $2 million now.
Okay.
He's raised $2 million. I mean, he's got
Elon Musk.
What?
That sounds like a great idea, but
well, watch the video. It's impressive. I mean, it makes you want to send money. I mean, I was like, I'm going to send this guy some money. Yeah. It would be great, you know. Just it feels if you watch that, you're like, this will solve all our problems. You know, even pedophiles will stop existing. You know, just amazing video.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only thing it doesn't do. It doesn't identify pedophiles. Besides that.
There's an amazing genre of micro generation of.
Oh, but I'm sorry. Someone just said it's a scam, and he linked me. Oh, but it's from Thunderfoot. I think Thunderfoot is a scam, so we'll see.
So, well, there you go. So that is the scam that we've sold for the night. So I guess we get our paychecks for that.
Yeah,
but what is really interesting about Japan? You know, one thing I like about Japan, you have all these kind of like hobbyist people who like really get into the little things, and there are so many really cool inventions that you see that kind of don't quite get fully industrialized.
Like the Hello Kitty vibrator. I think that's really cool.
I'm pretty sure that is industrialized, but no. What I'm thinking of is that there's a lot of talk about, and it makes a lot of sense. They've demonstrated, even in Tokyo Station, they've done a demonstration that because everyone walks in Tokyo, and they've demonstrated that on the footpaths, if you put little weight sensitive mini generators on all the floor tiles, just from people walking, you can generate enough electricity to power all the escalators and the lights in the area where people are walking, especially where you have so many people walking all day. And people have said, you can scale this up and you can power cities based on little micro generators just under footpaths and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to that?
Well, again, I've seen demonstrations of it, and it seems to work. I mean, I'm guessing there's probably things like maintenance costs and stuff like that that maybe just made it never take off. But yeah, it's one of those things. You think in Tokyo, all of those things like putting solar panels on the road. I mean, I don't know about that, but these things about microgeneration, just putting generators and everything so that you can kind of capture all the energy and save it. You kind of wonder why, yeah. I hope in the future that there is more of that. By the way, I know Joseph Mulan is like a Chris Gann, woo, and I have my own initiative. I spotted, Chris Gann Chris Street English TV has started making videos again, and he is a controversial character. I think it's fair to say. However, he makes good quality videos. He makes good videos, and he is an interesting character. I mean, I'm going to have like 10 Red Bulls before we get him on, just so I can keep up with him. But I think he'd be an interesting guy to have on the show, so I invited him, yes. And I think it's going to be good fun. So
I will welcome him.
You will welcome him.
I've already invited him. Yeah, I will welcome him. But I'm a little skeptical because I feel like he's basically repeating. He's often said, I'm going to make more videos, and then he disappears for like a year at a time,
Well, but here's the thing as well. Some of the best shows that we've done have been with people that we've not really known what we were getting into, right? Or,
He's a great video maker, he really is, and it kind of annoys me because he doesn't make videos enough. I used to support him, like, wholeheartely, but they just stopped making videos, and I thought, another waste of promotion, right?
It's like for 5 years or something, and then he came back with the same... Yeah. But there's got to be a story to this. I mean, with this guy, and I've met this guy before, and I know that this guy's got stories to it.
Like saving dolphins or something.
He was probably saving dolphins that were already in jail, probably in like Cameroon or something like that.
Dolphin rape. I don't know. I don't want to go there. I'm not saying we should.
All I know is that.
I'm not going to justify these rumors that I just started, but
All I know is that next week on this show, I'm going to bring like 10 of those energy drinks. I'm going to drink them all live. And I'm just going to go crazy and be hyper, and it's going to be fun.
But I will tell you something that's actually something very interesting for YouTubers and anyone who just wants a good mystery. Okay, he published a video June 1st, 2014.
Right.
Okay? Within 6 hours, it had over 2,000 views.
Wow.
Which is strange for his size video and the channel that's all.
Hey, don't diminish a man by his size.
Wait.
How he uses it.
Here's the interesting part. 118 comments.
Yeah.
Nothing special yet, right? Except half of those comments, or more. Oh no. 70% of those comments were published 4 years ago. No, I don't get it. I don't know how he did it.
I need to. I wish I could press a button and play the Twilight Zone jingle right at that moment that you said that. It's like do 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 do
It
do do.
makes no. So I'll leave a link in the description. You guys can check it out of the just the comment section.
So
I
maybe
don't
he
know
made
how
a video.
I mean, he knows what he's doing. Obviously, I mean, how does he do that?
Hell,
He's the only person who would figure out something so weird, right? But
okay.
check out.
I'll let you in on a secret. I'll let you in on a secret. It's actually not hard to do. Actually, half of the comments from tonight were actually entered 6 years ago. I've been setting this thing up for a long time. I don't know.
Scroll through the comments. First of all, it's called Japanese Dude Passes Out.
Dude, oh, that's right. I've got to increase my usage of dude.
It was originally published 4 years ago. For some reason, somehow he got it republished 2 days ago. So he got real, like it just jumps back into the in the new video section. But half the comments are 4 years old. I don't know how he kept the comments. I understand you can edit YouTube, edit videos somewhat, but you can keep the comments. I didn't know that.
And his magic that I don't know, and that's why I don't know. Well, we can find out. We can ask him.
I gotta ask him.
Mystery of the Ghost comments.
Then we'll find out about the dolphin rape too at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. So I got a actually question from Tashi Jason about did they? I don't know who he means by they. It's been on the news. Let's talk. Let's get controversial. The topics here today is the 25th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre.
That never happened. That is complete Western media conspiracy.
You see, that's a problem. You're the voice of the man. That's a problem.
The Chinese people are honorable people. They would never lie about that or Nanking.
Well, wait a minute. Let's be totally clear about this. We're not talking about the Chinese people. We're talking about the Communist Party of China, and the people of China were the ones who were getting run over by tanks and shot.
That's what the difference is, because they're the same people who suffered under the Japanese, the Nanking, invasion and all the massacre.
Yeah.
Why would they lie? I can't imagine.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
some people don't understand. I'm joking. In the comment section right now, people are typing furiously. Fingers are bleeding. Nails are breaking right now.
So yeah. It sounds like they got that foreign. I kind of love. I mean, you know how like whenever there's like another collision or there's another Abe does a speech or does something provocative, and they always switch to the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson on the news, and it's either a lady who's like always pissed off, or it's a guy who I imagine would be a fantastic like tenor. Like he's got a good diaphragm for projecting, and they've always got that kind of not quite North Korean, but kind of a very firm, you listen to me, buddy boy kind of tone. And they said tonight that oh yeah, that was a nothing incident, and it was dealt with appropriately by the authorities at the time, as if he's allowed to say anything else and not be put into a re-education camp. But yeah. I mean, in a way, I mean, this is the thing. This is what it's not a thing against China, but it is a thing against a government that they're rich, and we all have to be nice to them, and yes, they own all of America's debt, and yes, they're collecting. They're like a crazy gun collector, and they're collecting more guns, and they're starting to like throw rocks at the neighbors' houses, and no one quite knows what to do about them, but. The government there, it's not a matter of the people or whatever. It's a matter of, the regime there is by any measure, it's a criminal regime that has the blood of its people on its hands. I mean, what else can you say? We all have to be nice to it, yep. But people talk about one thing that really gets me going. Oh, doesn't get me going per se, but you get a lot of foreigners and come here and they kind of. People like to vent stress by ripping on Japan, and they like to kind of take China's side on all these kind of issues. Japan stole those Senkaku Islands. They should just give it back, and they should just admit what they did to China and all that. So, and they kind of come on the sing all the time. Every time there's a China versus Japan, they like to say, Japan's Japan's the bad one here. But people have to remember what they're talking about for a minute. You've got a 60-year peaceful democratic country here, and you've got a pretty brutal communist regime, which has killed 40 million of its own people under Mao, ran over its own people with tanks for asking for democracy 25 years ago, and we all try to pretend and say, oh no, they're all modern, now they're rich and they're modern and they're improving human rights, but they're not. That's the thing, they're rich, but the government there is not doing anything to respect, basic humanity. So I don't know. It's kind of sad, but
If I were a right-wing Japanese person, I would jump all over that and say, "Hey, how can you believe China? They don't even admit Tiananmen Square happened, and they're claiming this."
well,
If I were a right-wing Japanese, that's what I would say.
well, according to the Japan Times on a full two-page spread,
Actually,
that's exactly what we are. And of
Oh,
course, the Japan Times is.
I got to tell you something funny. So I got an email from Rachel the other day, from Rachel in June,
Oh yeah,
and she said you should report this comment, and she sent me a link to a Nichan.
yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know what she was talking about. She report comment 387 or something. So I'm like, okay. I check it out. Someone found my house.
Yeah,
And they took screenshots using Google Maps or whatever.
yeah.
Okay, and they're like, Victor's always bragging about his house. Well, he was on Metsumashi TV, and he found
They found it based on me on TV.
that haircut thing. The
Yeah.
place where I got my haircut, and it goes, and it only took me 20 minutes on Google Maps to just circle the neighborhood until I found his house. And he's always bragging about that house. It's so small, and it's these size. And he like put the dimensions of the house. I'm like, when did I ever brag about my house? I'm like, maybe I should brag about the house. I don't know.
It's just someone bragging that he figured it out by doing the old hard labor version of finding it.
Like so yeah, you know where I live. So what? I mean, then like he's gonna come to my house. It was weird. It was like just bizarre. Just funny. Well, how did I get off on that? Oh yeah, Chinese people.
Chinese people, that's right. All of China is going to find your house now.
Oh yeah. So oh yeah, no. And he said I'm not a right-wing Japanese. I hate Japan. Hanichi Gaijin. That's what he called me.
Ah, yeah.
Hanichi Gaijin. I'm an anti-Japanese. So according to him and everyone on that channel, I hate Japan. So
I don't know why I saw something the other day, but I saw something where they were calling you Hanichi Gaijin on Nichan. And the first time I looked at Nichan talking about,
I never looked
about you. I looked for the first time in a couple of years, and I found a thread on you. And then when they saw, I threw in one or two supportive comments. It was on one of your videos, but not one with both of us. And I threw on a thing, and they said, "Oh, I used to like that Hiko Simon, but it looks like he's no better than Victor." All the way
That's your real name? You're not anonymous on that?
I am. Oh no. So these guys were talking about us, and they're somewhere along the line on this long thread, my name came up on a search or something.
Oh, I see.
So I found it. But they were all talking about how all these right-wing guys. Yeah, I really used to like Hiko Simon. I thought he was one of us, but now I realize he's just a one of those
Hanichi Gaijin.
Gaijin like Victor. And I'm like, dude, I want him.
We should name this video just Hanichi Gaijin.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
But then I started thinking about this, and then I thought about Obama. What do the people of
Ruining the country, ruining America. That's what you want to say, right?
Why do you hate America, Obama? That's what they're always saying, which is just such a ridiculous thing to say. So I thought, I'll take it as a compliment.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Here we are, being perfectly reasonable, rational, normal people, and on one half the people are calling us Hanichi, and the other half of people calling us right-wing apologists. Yes. What are you gonna do, right? This is what
we're poor married men. We're just slaves to our wives, basically.
Exactly. We're just oyaji's talking crap. I mean, get a hint, people. It's in the title.
Exactly right.
But any other questions? Any other topics?
Someone asked how X-Men was. I went to go see X-Men with Regan and Shane and June from Rachel and June last week. Yeah. It was fun. We had a good time. It was it was kind of weird. I think I'd have to watch it again to really enjoy it, to really understand it.
X-Men?
Pretty bizarre. Yeah, because if you watch the latest X-Men movie, then you got to go back and watch the other 3 movies and try to figure out what is actually now still exists in the new reality, because half the stuff was erased by time warp and stuff. So.
Yeah.
And then Spock appeared and said,
On X-Men?
No. No. But it's that Spock's the only person from Star Trek who goes back to the future and
yeah.
Who goes back in time.
In the DeLorean. That's right. I remember that one.
The DeLorean, yes. Oh,
I hear that Spock's going to be in the J.J. Abrams Star Wars movies.
Check this out. I went to my brother-in-law's new house, which I will put up a video soon.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll go on to Nichan, and I'll find the Google map of it pretty soon.
So I went to please put my brother-in-law's house there.
I need to find it. I can't find it.
I'm sure that he's a Hanichi. I went there and they gave him the kids. He's got 2 kids in a. They gave me a tour of the house, and the boy's got his own little room. He's only 4 years old. He's got his own little room, and it's full of cars. He's got all these car toys, and he had a DeLorean in there.
Nice.
From Back to the Future. He had 4 DeLoreans, and I come down. I'm like, you have Back to the Future cars? He says, yes. The one of them, and they all look exactly the same.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
One of them was an antique and cost well, you know, no, I'm sorry, a collectible. I shouldn't say antique. A collectible, and it cost $120. But for some reason, he just bought it and gave it to his son. I'm pretty sure he wanted it, you know, but you can't really justify that for yourself. So.
Yeah.
It's for the kid, you know. So, but
I've got thousands of dollars of video equipment around me that is all for the kid.
Right, of course. Wait for him to grow up so he can.
It's his inheritance.
Say, oh, this is so old.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. So a lot of people posted comments referring to solar freaking roadways, and some people talked about Thunderfoot.
I'll tell you what, and I got to go as well. So we're coming up on the hour. So let's give this 5 more minutes, and this is it. This is rapid fire question time. So you guys, anything you want to ask from either of us? You got 5 minutes to ask anything.
Right now, I'm a university, and IE says right now I am a student in the University of Chiba. So how many chances are there for me to work here after I graduate? Excellent chances. Just get a visa.
There are like 3 chances. 3. You get 3 strikes and you're out. They actually force you to go back if you fail 3 interviews.
That's fine. Just go look for a job. It'll be fine. Especially if you're a graduate. Make connections. Ask your professor to introduce you to something. You're in a great position because everything's introductions here. So.
It is. And also having classmates, just everything. Use all those networks out there.
Here's a good question. If you could go back to your teenage self and tell them that you'd be living and working in Japan, how would they react? Mine would say, cool. But I can't believe you. Because I'm only going to Japan for a year. That's what mine would say. How about you?
Yeah, mine would be doing kind of like this. You know, it'd be like So I exchanged in Fukushima.
Yeah, you weren't that young. Come on. How did they do it?
I think I'd be
really older.
I'd be kind of moonwalking. I'd be like this. No, it would be. I pretty much decided. I started learning Japanese when I was 12. I did my first trip to Japan when I was 15. I think I already made up my mind back then that I was going to be trying to come to Japan, and that living in Japan was something I wanted to try. And so if I could go back and tell myself that, yeah, by that point I lived in Japan.
When I was 12, I just wanted to be Wolverine. Go ahead.
You got a lot of hair. I mean, it can.
Yeah, I was sad about that. I couldn't grow sideburns at 12. I could do it now, I guess, but they wouldn't be that good.
Yeah.
Really, so your life was pretty much plowed towards this, huh?
Well, Japan was always there. I mean, I guess when I started learning Japanese as a substitute because I wanted to learn Chinese, but in the end of the day, I think from going to Fukuoka when I was 15, locked in that, Japan's a place I want to go, and that's something I want to, and I was maybe only thinking of doing it for 2 or 3 years and seeing what it was like, but I think I've had a pretty cool life. I think I'd be pretty stoked. I think the plan was whatever I do, I wanted to do something interesting and different with my life. I think I can reasonably say that I've done that.
No.
As of you.
Yes, we both turned out to be Hanichis and
Japan apologists at the same time. I mean, we've done it all.
Debito definitely has not achieved that.
He's not. That's right. Is there decent peanut butter in Japan? Good question, Matt Benson. There is. Yeah, you can get actually Seijo Ishii as well. They've got craft peanut butter, which I like. Although craft peanut butter back in 1996 did give me salmonella.
Really?
There was a tainted batch in Australia which I ate a lot of, and I got very, very sick from it. And I didn't eat peanut butter for like 12 years, just out of resentment at having suffered salmonella poisoning for 5 or 6 days. However, I got back into it. Now I eat it like every day, and it does exist. It's hard to find, but it exists. Victor, question for you. Probably been asked before, but what's your favorite whiskey?
Whiskey I haven't tried yet. Today's whiskey is Hudson. I haven't tried this yet. It's from Kemushi-chan. When she came to visit, she gave me this beautiful little bottle. But whiskey that I've actually tried, I guess Knob Creek off the bat. The whiskey that I can afford, Knob Creek. Yeah, I don't have a bottle here because I drank it all. But
it sounds like being in prison. It sounds like you're up Knob Creek without a pedal.
KNOB, it's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Okay.
Hey, listen, I know we shouldn't talk about this. We have no idea yet, but we've got to plan the party, the new YouTube party.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we're throwing it out there. We'll start planning it maybe next month.
Yeah. By the way,
It's gonna be July. It's June now. June, July, August, September. That's
it's
4
almost there. September's coming up. Yeah. Well, and yeah, I think the laid back versions work out really well. You can over plan and try. The concert thing was fun, but it's a lot of work, and you can kind of have a pretty good gathering. And yeah, we have to think about that.
Right, we'll figure out something.
Um,
A few people have asked me about it. Yeah, we haven't started planning, so we will start. Maybe Tiananmen Square. We should do it.
Tiananmen Square would be. I hear it's pretty good there. Yeah, and you actually have like you're never alone.
Anything you want, no one will ever know it happened.
Yeah, if you're feeling a bit lonely or short of members, you just have to kind of shout certain phrases, and you'll immediately have like 15 people at your party. You can say there were like 100 people. It was a great
Taking a
success.
taxi is really easy. All you have to do is stand in the middle of the street and challenge a tank and get a free ride to the. I don't know. Well, I don't know where they take you, but.
Well, yeah. Last I heard, they still did stop. That was the thing. You don't want to. I don't know if times have changed and they go through anymore. But yes, they do stop if you hail them. So yes, World Cup soccer. You're a soccer fan. Everyone's saying football, but
No, not really. I mean, I like playing soccer. I've played soccer all my life, but I don't enjoy watching. I don't care about team sports at all. Any team. I enjoy playing baseball, soccer.
That's interesting because I always thought you were a really good actor. I never realized you actually took it to the point of playing soccer.
No, I want to pretend that I know something about Latin. So, no, yeah. I mean, I played all my life. I was a captain of my team. I was the goalie. Select team in high school. Did really well. But
The thing about Japan as well, if you're the goalie, it's a really good idea to grow out the beard because people will be too scared to come near you.
I just sit on a bench and make sure no one sits next to me.
So I got a question for you. So you're as a Peruano, obviously Peru hasn't qualified this time around, but I think Ecuador and Colombia and Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil, Honduras have all qualified.
They're all pissed off. All the Peruvians are really pissed off.
Yeah, I'm sure they're pissed off. Do Peruvians are they a substitute? Like, okay, since we didn't get in, usually we hate Ecuador, but we'll support Ecuador this time because they're the closest country to us, and we didn't make it. Is there any kind of sense like that happens with Peruvians?
Is Spain in it this year?
They are. They're one of the favorites.
I would say that Peruvians are rooting for Spain.
Okay.
Probably.
Would they ever?
Honestly, I really don't know. To be honest, I'm really not much of a Peruvian. I mean, I have no idea. I know that they've had wars with Korea. I mean, no, not Korea. Sorry,
Ecuador. Everyone's done that. Everyone.
With Ecuador, they had border wars with Ecuador and Chile. They've had wars recently regarding Pisco and whether it's actually Peruvian. But
they can call it the piss contest war.
They're pretty friendly. When you meet an Ecuadorian in Peru, everyone's friendly to them. But
yeah.
I don't know if they would support the country. To be honest, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I would like to think they like we like Canada in the States, like you in Australia, you'd be friendly towards them, but you have a friendly rivalry. But who knows?
Well, that's and this is the thing. So Australia's in the World Cup, and New Zealand isn't. And I've always kind of the one area that I'd ever support Australian sports teams, just out of a lack of substitute, is I must admit I'd always support Australia in soccer. Although at the same time, I've gotten from my New Zealand friends like a T-shirt, which says I support two teams. New Zealand and any team playing against Australia. And New Zealanders can be petty like that, and Canadians are the same actually. But I'm not like that.
Against America?
Yeah, Canadians can be really like that against America. Yes.
I think they don't want to be mistaken to be American. I don't think they're actually anti-American.
Oh no. Well, I'm not saying all, but there is a hardcore of Canadians who would like cheer for bloody North Korea against America.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I kind of doubt that, but
really, I've met them.
I'd like to meet some. Yeah.
They're angry people.
Okay, anyone who hates them, who's Canadian, who hates America, I'd like to hear from you. I'm interested in why you would do that.
Yeah. Well, Canadians, explain to Victor, educate Victor on why you hate his country.
And if you have a good reason, I'll just switch over to being Peruvian again. So.
That's right. Flag of convenience.
So Street English is again on next week?
Well, that's what we're aiming towards.
Okay.
So, and I'm already stocking up on Genki drinks. So hopefully, I'm worried if he doesn't come on next week. If he comes on the week after that, I could like OD on those things. So I really hope he comes next week. We have some Argentinian fans by the. Oh, Mexico. Joseph Millen points out. There you go. Your home country is playing. I'm sorry. Mexico is competing.
Oh, are they? Really?
But yeah, no, people.
Yeah. Taisha points out, by that logic, Japan would root for South Korea if Japan didn't make it. That's not going to happen.
Well, okay. We in the 2002 World Cup. I was in Shin Okubo support in the semi-final, in which was it? So South Korea beat Italy in the quarterfinal to get to the semi-final, and who did they play? They lost the semi-final, right? But they got to the final four in that World Cup, and they're all celebrating that Japan got beaten by Turkey, and that Japan didn't go forward. But I was in Shinjuku, where all the Korean community in Tokyo was gathered watching on huge outdoor screens in the middle of the rain the Korean team play. And I was there. I had a Korean friend that took me out there, and I was there with Japanese friends. And there were lots of Japanese people there. I mean, I'm sure there are certain people who would say, "Oh, those weren't real Japanese people," if they were supporting South Korea. But
Yes, of course.
it's a big country, and not everyone is petty and stupid about the sports things. And yeah, there were Japanese people who were like, "Yeah, let's support South Korea." But at the same time, it's funny. I do know a lot of Japanese people. I had an ex-girlfriend who told me she was so pissed off with the way that there were like public celebrations at Japan losing to Turkey. She said, "I've always given Korea the benefit of the doubt, but I've decided from today that I don't like them anymore." um, but there's childish people in both countries, and there are perfectly nice people who can be like that in both countries. I don't never presume a blanket because of the internet that nobody from Japan could ever think well of Korea. I mean, 2.5 million Koreans out of what 30 million people visited Japan as tourists last year. There's a lot of exchange, but yeah, but that said, I certainly in recent years, soccer is one of those pressure points that people that the nationalist baiters on both sides like to attack each other.
I could care less, and I couldn't care less, whichever you like. Yeah, no interest. Any team sports. I like individual sports. I'm interested in boxers and sumo wrestlers. That's it.
Yeah.
Or individual runners and something. I really don't care about the team sports. I was impressed with the Emirates commercial recently. Did you see the Emirates?
No, I didn't see that one.
There's two guys on a plane. They're like, "Is that him?" And
the Ronaldo thing, right.
yeah, and they I think was it Ronaldo? I don't even know who that guy is, but and they think he's they must be talking about him, and then Pele shows up.
Yeah, you take a photo. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was great. Yeah, well, I mean, I like individual, people who play sports, but yeah. Anyway, well, listen, I got to run. I've got some some preparations for tomorrow.
Yeah.
My class tomorrow, but we'll be back next Wednesday on Hiko Simon's channel, so please check it out.
Right? Dude, it's gonna. I'm not, man. I'm gonna have to have so much Genki drinks. I'm tired. But no, we're gonna be hyper, and we're probably gonna have total street English dude, and we're gonna find out the secret of how he posts 4-year-old videos on his 1-day, 4-year-old comments on his 1-day-old video. Yes. Not that I'm saying he posted the comments.
We're to find out how he does that, and where he's been for 5 years.
He's been in Canada.
Plotting in America. All right.
Good night.
Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next week on Hiko Simon's channel. Peace out.